Hey guys, welcome to Moving to Maryland, our special series of Baltimore neighborhoods. I'm going to go over 10 reasons if you're moving to Baltimore City, why you should consider Fells Point. Now, I've been coming to Fells Point since 1995, and for a lot of us, before we were legal drinking age, this is where we'd come, and there were bars and restaurants, mostly bars, nightclubs that we'd sneak into. Now, back in the 1700s, if you were coming down here, you'd be working for a shipbuilder, and that's what really founded this waterfront community. And you had a lot of trade happening here, and it was a mini port, not as big as New York or some of the larger ports on the East Coast. They were really big at building the Baltimore schooner here, and it was a ship that was very popular with pirates, and the British used to call Baltimore a den of pirates. So, when we came here in the 90s, it was for drinking and nightlife. And what's really interesting about Fells Point is it's evolved into, as I've gotten older, I'm 53 and I have a 2-year-old son and a beautiful wife, and her office is actually right over here. Fells Point has become a great destination for a lot of different reasons, which we're going to go over. We're going to go over the 10 reasons why I would consider moving to Fells Point. Now, I work in Fells Point. I live close by in Canton. I'm in this neighborhood, and I love it for a lot of different reasons. I love the people, I love the restaurants, I love the location, I love access to highways, and I'm going to go over these 10 different reasons. One of the interesting things is we're right next to Harbor Point and Harbor East. In the background, you can hear a construction crew. They're building a tower. So it's a really interesting location with the new parts of Baltimore that are being built up, Harbor East, Harbor Point, and then all of the other reasons why we've been coming here since the 90s and continue to love it. So let's get started. The number one thing I like about Fells Point is the people. There is an amazing convergence of people from every walk of life, every background. You have white-collar financial professionals, you have artists with artist studios, and everything in between. For years, Baltimore was a great place for TV production. They filmed Homicide here. They did The Wire. It's Barry Levinson and John Waters are two big names. So you have a very artsy crowd that was in that scene. You have just so many eclectic people and restaurant owners and nightclubs and bars, and whether it's people that are in finance, or Exelon is headquartered right next door in Harbor East. So you have a national, international company that brings in a wide range of people. And so that's the number one thing I like about Fells Point. It's a very eclectic, diversified convergence of people from every background. Hey guys, Lauren has an art studio in the heart of Fells Point. Lauren, you've been here 10 years.
Yeah.
Our audience is thinking where they want to move in Baltimore City, right, and I want you to tell them why they should consider Fells Point.
Number one, I love living in Fells Point. It's the community. I'm right next to the water. All of my neighbors on Bond Street, Shakespeare, Alexander, we all know each other. It's a tight knit community. We have little kids running up and down this street. We're close to everything. We have all these restaurants and theaters not too far from here. The Science Center is not too. What's the aquarium? Oh my gosh! Yeah, we're in the heart, and we're in walking distance of all these great features. I love Fells Point.
It's the energy too.
It's the energy. It's the energy, and people are just happy. They walk by. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? What's going on? I love it.
I like being close to people and movement and energy. I know you feel the same way.
I do.
You're surrounded by bars and restaurants, but that's part of city living, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either.
It's awesome, brother.
I'll see you, Ron. Really good to see you.
Yeah. Take care.
All right now.
So Beth, you've been here in Baltimore for over 40 years.
Yeah.
You had a shop for 11 years in Federal Hill.
Yep.
Now you've been in Fells Point for 10 years.
Yes, sir.
So if people are thinking about moving to Baltimore City, why would you say consider or move to Fells Point?
Why would I say to move to Fells Point? Because of the accessibility to the beautiful waterfront, the independently owned restaurants, cafes, bars, and the retailers. We have the most amount of small retailers bar none, throughout the whole city. But also, this city is very walkable. You can go around the harbor, you can jump on a water taxi. I meet people from around the world in my store because we're so close to Johns Hopkins Hospital. And we recently had Paul McCartney in here. He hadn't been in Baltimore since 1964. And then I met people from Canada, Europe, all across America coming here to see the concert. And I cannot tell you how many people were looking on local real estate sites, and they were shocked at the prices in Baltimore, and especially Fells Point. They said this is the best buy they can find in America. So many people are going to be coming here. The prices are going to go up. They just couldn't believe that you can buy a house looking at the water for as little as you can.
Right, for $700,000.
Right, it's amazing.
Hey guys, I'm here with Nick Johnson, the owner of Su Casa. He's been here in Fells Point for over 23 years. How's it going, Nick?
It's going all right.
So people watching this show are asking what it's like to live in Fells Point, and they're thinking about moving to Maryland, Baltimore City. Why would you say to move to Fells Point?
I live in Fells Point, so that's number one reason. Number two is Fells Point's a real community. So you have a community center, you have community-minded businesses, and most of the businesses are owner-operated. And so you get a real neighborhood where everybody's looking out for each other, everybody's helping each other, and just, it's great to walk down the street and say hi to the same people that you see in and out of their stores and bars and restaurants.
Yeah, so now you're a furniture store. One of the nice things out of a lot of negative things in 2008 when the market crashed is people stayed here and had kids. So I imagine you were selling bedroom sets for new additions to families and things like that, which we didn't have for many years. People would get married, get pregnant and move out of town, but now that was the beginning, that market downturn. People stayed instead of foreclosed or short sold. And do you remember any impact of serving families with kids now over the last bunch of years?
Oh yeah, so we have, we've always specialized in the row home furniture. We're sort of experts in delivering, and so getting more product, and we have a wide breadth of the products that we offer, so we can really furnish just about any room in someone's home, adult to child, everywhere in between. And it's really something that we've grown and evolved over time. Having been a part of the community for 23 years makes it something we know a lot about.
Yeah, so Su Casa is our go-to furniture store. We own a lot of furniture from this place. Please give us a quick 20-second elevator pitch of if you're moving to Fells Point or if you're moving to Baltimore, why you should buy your furniture at Su Casa.
Yeah, we feel you should buy furniture at Su Casa because we truly believe and live and breathe in customer service. And so for us, it really is everything about what's right for the customer, not just making that sale.
So when I moved here when I was 25, there was kind of a formula of what happened when people came to Fells Point. They'd move down here, they'd meet their love, they might get pregnant, have a child, and then move on out to the county. Now in 2008, when the real estate market really dropped, a lot of people stayed here and had kids, and because of that, the schools have gotten better. There's a lot of choices. There's a lot of parks. There's different schools for kids, and I have a 2-year-old now, and we love the city. We're not leaving the city. The one really cool thing from the 2008 financial collapse and real estate collapse was families stayed here instead of selling their house, doing a short sale or foreclosure, and raised families. So the number 2 reason I'd move to Fells Point is it's great for kids. So when you're driving into Fells Point, one of the first things you notice, it goes from concrete to cobblestone streets. And the number 3 thing I like most about Fells Point is the historical feel you have. For many generations, people were here building sailing ships. There was so much trade coming through the port here. We also had the B&O Railroad, which isn't in Fells Point, but it was a major trade area, and there was a lot happening. Like I said earlier, the British called it a den of pirates because the Baltimore schooner was so popular with people doing bad things on the water back hundreds of years ago. But the number 3 thing I like, and what makes it quaint and so unique and different, is the historical feel of Fells Point. So So the number 4 thing I love about Fells Point is the walkability. It is surrounded by other good neighborhoods. You have Canton to the east, you have Little Italy, you have Upper Fells Point, Butchers Hill to the north, and then you have the new parts of Baltimore that are being built over the last few years and being currently built, Harbor East and Harbor Point. And you have the promenade that walks and connects almost all of these waterfront neighborhoods. There's little spaces where there's construction where you can't follow on the promenade, but it's just an amazing walkable place. And another neighborhood I'm going to show you in Canton where I live, I can literally go on the waterfront and walk from my house, which is in Canton, close to the water, all the way to my office in Fells Point. And that's one of the beauties of why people like Fells Point. So the 5th thing that I like about Fells Point the most are the bars and restaurants. Like I said earlier, a lot of us came down here when we were very young, pre-legal drinking, and it's really what Fells Point had been known for many years is the nightlife and the bars and restaurants. Now, a lot of the old nightclubs and bars have become really nice restaurants today. Everybody's got a favorite restaurant in Fells Point. When we go out to dinner, this is one of the places we come to most. Fells Point, Harbor East, Canton. There's a number of places, but Fells Point, because of its location, because of its walkability, we can Uber here from where we live. We live 5 minutes away in Canton. We can get in an Uber. We can walk here if the weather's nice. And as you can see, there are so many different options. We're right next to a place called Barcachina. It's on the waterfront. There are so many waterfront places and a range of cuisine. We got the Pendry Hotel, which we're going to show you here in a little bit. And we're going to walk over and meet some people I work with over at our favorite coffee shop, the Daily Grind. And this is number 5. This is what a lot of people come down here for, the bars and restaurants. Hey guys, we're outside at the Daily Grind, the best coffee shop in Fells Point. Our office is 2 blocks away, and I got a couple of agents from my sales team meeting us here and talk about a little bit about Fells Point. Hey Grace, you've been living in Baltimore City for 10 years. You live in a neighborhood, Canton, right close to Fells Point. You've worked at a couple different businesses in Fells Point. Like, if somebody's thinking about moving to Fells Point, why would you say move down here?
Great restaurants, Thames Street Oyster House, best seafood in town. People will tell you differently, but I know for a fact, best crab cake, best hot butter poached lobster roll you'll ever have. Old Bay fries, can't get enough of it.
Jake.
Ron.
So you moved here from Tennessee.
Yeah, I did.
And what is it that you love about Fells Point?
What I like about Fells Point, Fells Point's like the neighborhood that first attracted me to Baltimore. It's got stuff that a tourist would like, but as soon as you get here, you realize there's like a really strong local feel. One of the first bars I fell in love with was Admiral's Cup. Mm-hmm. Live music almost every night there, and then Dog Watch Tavern up on the corner up here by the market. It's they've got games inside, always friendly staff. That's like, if I had to pick like one thing to say, like what attracted me here, it was like the local feel.
So the number one question we all have for you: will you raise your kids here?
Yeah, if I ever have kids, I will raise them here. Yes.
All right. Hey Tressa, so you were actually born and raised here in Baltimore, and you've been around Fells Point for, just a few years, right?
Couple years.
A couple years. Mm-hmm. And what is it, if you were talking to somebody about moving to Baltimore City, that you would say you gotta live in Fells Point? What is it about Fells Point?
The overall vibe of Fells Point is fantastic. Waterfront views is really what my clients ask me for. This is where I usually recommend. Newer restaurants have come in to kind of kick it up a notch. Duck Duck Goose has got my vote right now. It's just the overall convenience of being able to do different things. The farmers market Saturday morning is wonderful. Just a really good local feel.
The 6th reason why I love Fells Point is the nightlife. Now, when I was 25, the number one reason was the nightlife. And there is just a range of things to do. A lot of the restaurants turn into bars. They have live entertainment. As you can see, the nightlife is booming in Fells Point. A lot of tourists come here, and it is just really one of the biggest things that bring people into Fells Point. Number 6 for me is the nightlife. It might be number 1 for you. Here we are live on the waterfront promenade. Now, so number 7 of why you should consider moving to Fells Point is the water orientation. We are on the waterfront. We have marinas throughout Fells Point, and we're on this beautiful promenade where I could walk to my house in Canton just, maybe 4 miles away. So number 7 is the waterfront, the water orientation, the marinas, and this wonderful promenade gets you all over the city. So in every neighborhood, we're gonna have a secret spot, and this is our secret spot. We're not gonna tell you the name, you can figure out from the video, but if you take a look at these desserts, you've never seen anything like them. They are friggin' amazing. All right guys, so number 9 for moving to Fells Point are the parks and green space. We are just a few minutes away from Patterson Park, and there are nice parks with playgrounds all over Fells Point. Great place for your kids. So number 9 are the parks and green space. The number 10 reason why we think you should move to Fells Point is the diversity in housing. You have waterfront condos, waterfront townhomes, you have apartments that are affordable, you have renovated historic properties, you have new construction properties, and everything in between. There are so much different types of housing to choose from at a range of price points and what it is that you need, whether it's 2-car parking, no parking, condo, townhome, new build, the whole mix. So if you're looking to move to Fells Point, want to take a tour of the community, or you want to learn more about the different types of real estate, give us a call. Our contact information is in this video below, and we look forward to talking to you. Take care.